The coverage you can count on tonight. The man accused of killing 2 family dogs goes before a judge. Find out if he'll stand trial.
Plus, you'll meet a couple who says snowmobilers are crossing the line on their property.
And find out how a Minnesota cat ended up in a block of ice and then got rescued.
From TV 9 and TV 34, the coverage you can count on. Now on Newsline 9 at 10.
A town of Day constable goes to court accused of shooting 2 family dogs. Good evening, I'm Lisa Burton.
And I'm Dave Benton. Thanks for joining us. A Marathon County judge says there is enough evidence for a Town of Day official to stand trial. Tom Carl is the Town of Day constable. Last summer, someone brought 2 runaway dogs to his house. Carl says the Springer Spaniels nipped at him. So he took them to the Town of Day dump, tied them up, and shot them. The dogs' owners had been looking for them and were shocked when they heard the news.
I told him I didn't believe it. I told him to get right back on the phone. I said, who in their right mind kills 2-year-old purebred Springer Spaniels?
Carl faces 2 felony counts of mistreating animals and a possible $10,000 fine.
A judge in the Mark Chmura case will hear arguments about a piece of evidence. Chmura is accused of having sex with a 17-year-old girl at a prom party. Defense attorneys have asked for a delay so that they can run more tests on this evidence. Meanwhile, jury selection is underway in Rock County.
We've had a string of nice days, some sunny weather, but things are changing.
Yes, I hear that there could be some nasty weather on the way, and with the first look at weather is Tony Schumacher. Welcome back, Tony.
Thanks, Lisa. Yes, we could have some patchy freezing drizzle or some flurries tonight. Let's check things out here. We have 34 degrees, cloudy and hazy. Not too bad right now. Most locations still dry, but a little light fog reported. Here's the situation. We do have a winter weather advisory in far northwest Wisconsin tonight, including the Ashland-Hurley area and then back into Superior. That's where they've already had some freezing rain, and the likelihood will be greatest up in that part of the state of seeing some icing for the rest of tonight. But the rest of us also have a chance of some patchy freezing drizzle or even a little light snow activity. You can see on the radar it's very helter-skelter, and nothing right here in central Wisconsin. But again, the risk is there for some patchy stuff, so please be careful traveling tomorrow morning. We will have temperatures running in the upper 20s around daybreak, some fog and freezing drizzle flurries possible, and then mostly cloudy throughout the day. Another warm one with highs in the mid-30s, and certainly we have a storm to talk about later this weekend. I'll have that coming up in Maine weather.
All right, thanks very much, Tony. That light drizzle or possible snow could mean you'll have to slow down tomorrow morning as you head into work. Newsline 9's Ellen Rock joins us now live in the studio with some tips on how to deal with slick streets. Ellen?
Well, most of us have had a break lately from the icy roads, but the morning commute tomorrow may have things moving pretty slow around the area. Now, the roads are still clear for the most part right now as we look out on a live shot of Grand Avenue through Skycam 9. Rain will move through, making it dangerous, and we just want to remind people tonight to take care tomorrow.
People slow down and drive safely. That's the main important thing. To be watching for bridge decks and ramps. Those are the first places to ice over. And then also to watch the road. Even the road looks clear, there's black ice that's out there.
All right, thanks, Ellen. Well, the warmer weather that we've been having is causing some problems for more than just snowmobilers in Lincoln County. Marathon County snowmobile trails are closed to ATVs right now because there's not enough snow. Now, that could change if we do get more snow. The trails are still open to snowmobilers, however. To find out trail conditions in Marathon County, you can call 1-888-948-4748. Some other area counties are also closing trails, so you may want to call ahead before you hit the trails.
In Lincoln County, there are more than 250 miles of snowmobile trails, and sometimes they cross over private property. But that's causing problems for one family. Larry and Margot Ormonson have allowed the snowmobile trails to run over their property for years. But when they changed insurance companies, things changed.
Policy, because of the liability, with the trail going across. By the owner.
The family had to stop the trail from going through their property. The town chairman gave permission to snowmobilers to run along the road near their property. But now that warm weather is here for a while, that's pushing them further back onto their property.
deteriorate a little bit. So naturally, we're going to move them into the ditch line. We had got permission from the town to do that also.
But as the sledders move further away from the road, they end up onto the couple's lawn. The club says it may try to move the trail to solve the problem next year. Snowmobilers are also dealing with a new nighttime speed limit, and Newsline 9 viewers seem to like that idea. More than 200 people have voted on our latest Newsline 9 web poll. 75% say we should have a nighttime speed limit. You can cast your vote. Log on to WAOW.com. A former Wisconsin social worker was a candidate for the Bush administration. Find out how all of that changed when we come back.
Plus, hear why people in Wausau want to do away with a lot of one-way streets. You're watching Newsline 9 at 10. Stay with us.
Newsline 9's award-winning coverage continues tonight with Dave Benton, Lisa Burton, meteorologist Tony Schumacher's forecast, and tonight's sports with Ted Stefaniak. Coverage you can count on. The area's first forecast on Newsline 9's Wake Up Wisconsin with weather on the 9s. Start your day with Wake Up Wisconsin.
How is that steak, huh?
Just the way I like it.
Ford F-150 for people who like it tough. Buy one and get $1,500 cash back or 1-9 financing.
We love to see you smile.
We love to see you smile at McDonald's, so we're trying harder than ever to make sure every single visit is enjoyable.
And right now, McDonald's is twice as enjoyable. When you buy a delicious quarter pounder with cheese, we'll give you another one free. And at breakfast, buy a tasty Egg McMuffin and get another one free. 2 for the price of 1.
We love to see you smile.
Hey, sometimes 1 just isn't enough.
This is David Ackerman with U.S. Bancorp Piper Jaffray with today's stock market report. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed up 5 points at 10,610 on volume of 1,360,000,000 shares. The major equity indexes were higher as assets shifted from defensive healthcare issues into the rebounding techs. This is David Ackerman with U.S. Bancorp Piper Jaffray.
Schmidt's Jewelry and Gifts in Wisconsin Rapids, trusted by generations as the quality jewelry store with affordable prices. Choose engagement, wedding, anniversary, and gemstone rings from the people you can trust. Seiko clocks and watches, as well as many engravable items, make cherished baby and wedding gifts. At Schmidt's, we take pride offering in-store sizing and repairs. Your complete satisfaction is guaranteed at Schmidt's Jewelry and Gifts since 1921 on the east end of the Grand Avenue Bridge in Wisconsin Rapids. Rockman's Catering at your service for your next event. Small or large, any size, indoors or out. Pig roast or plated formal dinners, cocktail parties, picnics, weddings, reunions, corporate gatherings, anywhere within a 60-mile radius of Stevens Point. Rockman's Catering uses only the finest, freshest ingredients and cooks from scratch. Book your event now to ensure best dates. Rockman's Catering, the largest catering service in the area, located in the Best Western Royal, Stevens Point.
A former Wisconsin welfare official will not become the new labor secretary. Eloise Anderson is best known for welfare reform. She worked with Governor Thompson between 1987 and 1992. Well, yesterday she met with President-elect Bush, but today Bush chose Elaine Chao. Chao is a former Peace Corps director and the wife of a Republican senator.
Well, Bush's choice for defense secretary was on Capitol Hill today for his Senate confirmation hearing. In our world tonight, Donald Rumsfeld said the U.S. should develop a missile defense system. He said his goal is to make sure we're ready for the 21st century. The U.S. is not convinced an American pilot died in Iraq. Michael Spiker is now listed as missing in action. His F-18 crashed on the first night of the Gulf War. Meanwhile, the U.S. admits American soldiers killed civilians during the Korean War in 1950. A new report found that troops were afraid North Korean soldiers were disguised as refugees, but there's no proof they were told to fire. And a high school band in New Hampshire had an extra saxophone player today. President Clinton joined them for a few bars of Louie Louie. Clinton was in New Hampshire to thank his supporters.
A new study says too many one-way streets could be keeping shoppers away from downtown Wausau. It's recommending that the city do away with some of the one-way streets to make it easier to get around downtown. Less confusion could help bring in more business. So what do you think?
Driving around downtown yesterday and told my mother you couldn't get anywhere from where we were. You couldn't go around the block. You always have to go 3 or 4 blocks out of your way to get somewhere.
I've lived here all my life, so I guess it really doesn't affect me that much.
Okay, so you're used to it?
Yeah, I'm used to it, right.
But when new people come into town, it's a disaster. They can't find their way around.
The council will take a closer look at the plan. If approved, road work could begin next year.
Donations from community members have the Wausau Salvation Army smiling. Their latest fundraising efforts were a big success after all. During the holiday season, the group's kettle drive was slow and ended $13,000 short. But mail donations came pouring in. In the end, the Salvation Army raised more than $260,000, well past its goal.
Good for them. Well, you might remember a magician who was living in a block of ice. Well, now a cat from Minnesota knows exactly what it feels like. A little later on, see how some new owners rescued the cat from a chilly situation.
The cat can't tell us what it was like. Well, look at Live Super Doppler 9000. Tony's forecast when we come back.
Jim and Jean vowed to be friends for life, inseparable. Then Jim had his heart attack and life got scary. But one of the state's top cardiac programs was nearby. At the Wausau Heart Institute, Jim received all of his care, the best diagnostics, leading-edge surgery, and rehab that helped him to quick recovery. Thanks to community health care, Jim and Jean's lifelong friendship just got longer. The Community Healthcare Wausau Heart Institute.
Home Furniture slams the door on the year before.
With their biggest sale of the year, they must make room for new furniture. So today, everything is marked down.
Way down.
All remaining living rooms.
Out the door!
Every dining room.
Out the door!
All leftover bedrooms and mattresses.
Out the door!
Plus, buy today with no interest due till 2002. So get to Home Furniture now, because very soon,
Home Furniture slams the door on the year before.
It's Thelma's Weekend Clearance Sale. Almost our entire stock of inventory is on sale. Save 25, 50, even 75% off almost everything in the store. Save 25 to 75% on thousands of name brand fashions at Thelma's Weekend Clearance Sale, Main Street, Merrill.
Volunteers of America build strong communities by restoring confidence and self-reliance to those in need, helping people help themselves. Find out how you can help. Call 1-800-899-0089. Volunteers of America. There are no limits to caring.
We've been friends since junior high.
Since we were 12.
Oh, look, let's walk up here. Here's some. This is really the time of year that I always think about starting over.
We need some of these for all your toys.
Getting organized and getting ready for spring.
Now this one has the whole month thing in there.
Start off with a new calendar.
We've got vitamins, wonderful bubble bath.
I got that water purifier on.
That was a good thing. And socks.
Oh, look at these pajamas.
At Walmart, we have everything you need to start your new year off right.
Every particular season, anything you could think of.
Go to Walmart and get everything you need.
Your live Super Doppler 9000 forecast with meteorologist Tony Schumacher.
Well, of course, December was much colder than normal. So far, January quite a bit warmer than normal. Today's high 37, low 19. The averages would be 21 and 3. We only were 6 degrees shy of a record high that set back in 1980. And some of our Weather Watch reports echoed the same sentiment today with highs well into the 30s. 37 in Plover, 36 in Tomahawk, even up in St. Germain. Lori said 39 degrees. Low temperatures were in the teens, and I think we'll be warming into the 30s probably the next 2 or 3 days across the area. Right now, it's still a balmy 34 degrees. We have high humidity, 82%, light southeasterly winds, and the pressure steady. Given the high humidity and light winds, we could have some fog developing in parts of the area tonight. So far, it's not too bad. Generally 2 to 3 mile visibility, but by daybreak, it might be a mile or less. And current temperatures are still very mild, 32 in Oshkosh and Antigo, 34 in Phillips and Rapids, and still 36 in Eagle River and Medford. So any light rain that's falling now probably is not freezing in many areas because temperatures are still a little too mild and the rain is very patchy. But later tonight, as we dip down to freezing or a little bit below, we will run the risk at least of some scattered slippery spots. Not going to be a big ice storm tonight or anything like that, but you certainly want to check your travel conditions in the morning. And Lori, of course, will give you a full update starting at 5:30. Here's how it looks out there tonight on the satellite radar composite. Most of the icing has been in northwest Wisconsin and parts of Minnesota, and also a patch of icing has been occurring down across portions of eastern Iowa into central Illinois, and this weak low pressure continues to move northeast towards Lake Superior. And again, I think most of the problems tonight will be south of us and northwest of us, so in between it may not be too bad. But I don't want to rule it out completely that we could get a little ice, because it certainly is possible. Let's check live Super Doppler 9000, and you will see a little patchy light rain trying to develop from Crivets back to Leona, and then up towards Eagle River, back to Boulder Junction, and this is pushing northeast fairly slowly, so please be on an alert if you're traveling tonight. Back to the maps now. We'll take a look at some other things. We have our big picture out there. A lot of rain southeast of us tonight all the way down to Florida. And this storm on the west coast is the one that could bring us some more icy, snowy precipitation by the time we get to Sunday. But until then, it's fairly quiet weather. Highs tomorrow climbing well into the 30s across the upper Midwest, about 34 in Phillips, 35 in Anago, and 37 in Friendship. So tonight, clouds and some fog, a chance of freezing drizzle and flurries. It should be fairly scattered. Low of 27, southeast winds at 4 to 8. Tomorrow climbing up to about 36 degrees and some flurries or drizzle still possible in the morning, and then mostly cloudy and southerly winds at 6 to 10. So another day with above normal temperatures. On Saturday, dry but quite a bit of cloud cover, 23 up to 37. Sunday, a good chance of some snow, possibly mixed with freezing rain or sleet. Yes, some accumulations are possible, but really it's too early to tell how much. Monday, high of 26, chance of morning light snow. And that'll be dry and cooler for Tuesday into Wednesday. A chance of some snow showers Wednesday night and Thursday. Temperature's not bad. But I know folks are getting a little concerned. The snow is starting to melt. And here we all had high hopes of a nice snowy winter, and we'll see what happens. I'm sure hopefully Sunday we'll get some snow here.
There's still time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks, Tony.
Wausau students got a lesson in poetry and a preview of a special event.
When we come back, find out where you can hear a famous poet present her newest work. You're watching TV 9 and TV 34.
North Central Wisconsin's exclusive weather skycam, sponsored by Rosemurgy Motors and the Rosemurgy International Auto Mall.
Wausau Center is having a sidewalk sale this weekend. Now, I don't usually pay attention to sales, but when I end up spending less money on something I've had my eye on for a while, then great. The stores bring a lot of great stuff out on the mall, but it's smart to look inside for deals too. That's how I got this shirt. When Wausau Center says they're having a sale, they really mean it. I have just 2 words for a mall that advertises a sale when there really is a sale: real smart.
Hi, I'm Steve Frazier, inviting you to join us at Diamond Dave's Mexican Restaurant in the Wausau Center and the Merrill Ridge Shopping Center. Try one of our tasty Mexican dinners like a chimichanga, a quesadilla, or a combination plate featuring tamales, enchiladas, burritos, and tacos. We also have a variety of American sandwiches and dinners, as well as a great taco salad. Whether it's lunch or dinner, Diamond Dave's has something for you. Join us today. You'll be sure to enjoy Diamond Dave's.
The words that describe our carpet fit your life just beautifully. Mohawk Floorscapes. At Mid-Wisconsin Flooring, your flooring professionals. Highway 10 East, next to Fleet Farm, Stevens Point.
An outspoken poet is teaching Wausau students about the art of expression. Dr. Margaret Burrows is a globally known artist, educator, and political activist who spent much of her career in Chicago. She's both a poet and a painter who works in a number of mediums, all designed to make her work affordable to everyone. Now she's teaching kids the importance of expression.
And then I'm urging them to move toward their goal. Don't let anybody discourage them. Don't let anybody, any fellow students or anybody else, discourage them from reaching their goal. and not to associate with any people who are not going anywhere, but to associate themselves only with the kids who are going to be something, and be somebody.
Dr. Burrows is a featured artist at tomorrow night's fundraiser at the Grand Theater in Wausau, where she'll be performing her Millennium poem.
And Dr. Margaret Burrows won't be the only one helping out with the arts fundraiser at the Grand Theater. Vassar Clements and friends will perform in a jam session on the stage. Band members were in town today to tune up and practice some of their numbers. Many of the musicians are well known on their own, like drummer Clyde Stubblefield, who was just inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They say that it's coming together as a group that makes this concert so special.
I'm used to playing funk music and blues, so this is great. So Randy's used to playing polkas and folk music, so everybody has their own flavor, but we